Hi everyone, welcome to How to Electronics. Today, we will learn about the ZigBee and its uses. ZigBee is a wireless communication protocol designed primarily for IoT, Internet of Things applications. It helps smart devices to easily connect and communicate with each other in a mesh network. For this guide, we will use this popular ZigBee module available in the market. We will learn in detail about its features, application, range, etc. Then we will use a free software called XCTU to set this module as a transmitter or a receiver. We also have a pair of Arduino boards. We will use one of the board with ZigBee as a transmitter and another board with ZigBee as a receiver. By writing a sample C++ code, we can send the data wirelessly over a certain distance. We can also integrate a sensor at the transmitter and then write a C++ code for this too. Even the sensor data can be transmitted wirelessly. After working with Arduino and C++ code, we can write a MicroPython code for Raspberry Pi Pico. We will then transmit the few chunks of data from the transmitter to the receiver as well. This tutorial is going to be interesting. So without getting any delay, let's get started. ZigBee, like Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, is a short-range wireless protocol. ZigBee is built on the top of 𝗩𝗶𝗶𝗃𝗃15.4 physical layer. It is designed to meet the need for low-cost battery-operated applications where longer battery life is the major concern. Unlike Wi-Fi and Bluetooth technology, ZigBee operates at a very low data rate of 250 kbps with a standard frequency of 2.5 GHz. And this data rate is the trade we need to live with because we are planning to optimize for low-power network protocols that can connect many devices. A single ZigBee-enabled device can reach up to range of 10 to 20 meters indoors in search of another ZigBee device present in the network. Bluetooth requires point-to-point communication. However, the ZigBee operates in a mesh topology, which helps the ZigBee device to transmit the message to its destination via a number of intermediate ZigBee devices connected within the network. There are three types of devices installed in a ZigBee network. Coordinator. The coordinator is the central device that initiates the ZigBee network. It manages network settings, assigns addresses to other devices, and handles security by encrypting communications within the network. Router. Routers help expand its network range by passing data between devices. They can connect to other routers or end devices, creating multiple pathways for communication. End device. End devices are usually low-power devices like sensors, smart bulbs, or switches that connects to either a router or a coordinator. Let's see this ZigBee module now. This is the most popular ZigBee module available in the market. If you are a beginner and want to learn about ZigBee, you may start with this module. The ZigBee radio family consists of various ZigBee RF modules. Each has different specifications. Generally, ZigBee modules operate within ISM 2.4 GHz, which is an unlicensed frequency band. ZigBee has onboard features like digital I/O pins, analog ADC 10-bit input pins, PWM output, etc. It has serial UART pins for communication with PC and microcontrollers serially. One of the disadvantages of this ZigBee module is that it is not breadboard friendly as its pin mapping does not align with a breadboard. Most ZigBee modules operate at a voltage range between 2.0 volt and 3.6 volt, with 3.3 volt being the standard operating voltage. Therefore, you cannot use this ZigBee module directly with a 5-volt microcontroller or with the microcontroller whose digital pins work on higher voltages. There we require some ZigBee adapter. This is the standard ZigBee adapter available in the market. You can get a similar adapter with a different design. It has a UART pin here with 3.3 volt logic, which means it's compatible with Arduino and other microcontrollers. It also has a USB port here. Using this USB port, you can directly communicate with your computer using the AT commands. To use the ZigBee module, first insert this ZigBee to the adapter board. It directly fits at the top. Be careful regarding the direction and alignment as well. So the two modules are ready to be used with Arduino or any other microcontroller now. In case you don't have a ZigBee adapter and you still want to use it with Arduino, then in this case you can buy this ZigBee shield. This ZigBee shield is designed for the Arduino UNO board. I have a pair of ZigBee shields. First, insert the ZigBee shield to your Arduino board. It also goes at the top and fits directly into the pins of the Arduino board. Now, the second step will be inserting the ZigBee module at the top of the shield. So here it's done and it perfectly fits here. After inserting the ZigBee shield and ZigBee module, the entire unit looks too bulky and big. So it's up to you to decide whether you want to use ZigBee shield or directly use the ZigBee adapter. Before you can use this ZigBee module with Arduino, you need to set up the module. To configure ZigBee in either operating mode or device function type, DZ International provides a software tool known as XCTU. Using this tool, we can configure devices, test the device performance, and upgrade firmware. Here we need to first download XCTU software from this link. The software size is like 230 MB, so wait till its download is complete. After downloading is done, install the XCTU software on your computer. On the hardware side, connect the ZigBee module to your computer using the USB cable. Note the COM port as well. Open the XCTU software, then click here. Select the port number, then click on Next. Here you don't need to modify any settings. Just click on Finish. So it will search for the radio module. As you can see, one of them is found that is connected to your PC. Then add the selected device. This page will open. So if you click here, the radio settings and configuration will appear. It may ask you to upgrade the firmware, so you may upgrade it with a new firmware. So the firmware has been successfully updated in my case. Here you can see the settings. Now we need to make some changes to the device settings to use it with Arduino. First, change the PAN ID. Assign it like 𝗩𝗶𝗶𝗀𝗃𝗃. Go down and set the module as a coordinator. And that's the only two changes you need to make here. Click on Write. This will write the settings to the ZigBee module. Finally, you are done setting it up. Now, connect another ZigBee module to the computer same as the previous one. Look for the COM port. Click on Next and then on Finish. It will again upgrade the firmware and finally you may go to the configuration page. Again, make the changes to PAN ID and set the same PAN ID that you set earlier. Now, this time, instead of setting this device as a coordinator, set it as an end device. These are again the only changes that you need for this module. Again, click on Write. Finally, the settings have been written and you are good to go. Now let's interface the ZigBee module with Arduino board. I am using a pair of Arduino boards along with a ZigBee module placed on the ZigBee adapter. One of the units will be the coordinator and the other will be the end device. Here is the connection diagram for your reference. We are using pin 10 and 11 of Arduino as a UART pin via software serial communication. The VCC and GND pin of the adapter are connected to the 5V and GND of Arduino. You can use the jumper wires and connect the board directly to the Arduino. It just requires 4 wires. As you see here, 2 pairs, one is used as a coordinator and the other is used as an end device. Connect both the Arduino to your computer. Let's see the basic sample code now. On the sender side, we include the software serial library and assign the RX and TX pins. Under the setup section, we initialized serial begin and ZigBee begin. Then we set any random number generator via analog pin A0. In the loop part, we generate a random number between 0 and 256. Then assign some command to start a transmitter. Between the start and end point, we send some random numbers. The number is printed on serial monitor and transmission occurs every 1 second. On the receiver side, we again initialize the software serial library and use the same TX, RX pins. Then we assign some Boolean conditions. We also define some variables to store each byte read. This variable is the array to assemble the incoming data, which starts with 0. In the loop section, we check if there is data available or not. If it's available, read the incoming byte. The symbol assigned in the sender is used to detect the start of the message. Then we clear the buffer here. This symbol is used to detect the end of the message, which means stop reading once this symbol is received. In this section, the data between the start and end message is printed on the serial monitor. Then the Boolean condition is used to reset for the next message. Upload both these codes to the respective Arduino board. This means the coordinator and the end device. After uploading is done, open the serial monitor. As you can see, whatever the message is sent by the sender, the same message is received by the receiver. This is amazing, right? So we have successfully established the communication between two ZigBee devices. Now, let's connect this DST11 sensor to the sender side. In this example, we will send the DST11 humidity and temperature data wirelessly to the receiver. On the receiver side, I have connected the 16x2 I2C LCD display, which will print the DST11 sensor data received wirelessly. Again, I use the jumper wires to connect the DST11 and LCD display as you see the hardware setup here. Moving to the code part, the code is still the same. The only modification on the sender side is we have embedded the code of the DST11 sensor using the DST library. Then we read the sensor data. We print it on the serial monitor and also send it to the receiver side. On the receiver side of the code, we are receiving the DST11 sensor data wirelessly from the transmitter and printing it on the LCD display using some predefined LCD functions. Upload the code again to both the sender and receiver. Here you can see how the LCD displays the temperature and humidity readings wirelessly. This is great again. We can use this technique multiple times to send any sensor data. That's all from the Arduino and ZigBee part. We can also use this ZigBee module with 𝗩𝗶𝗍𝗍𝗶𝗽𝗍𝗀. Here is the coordinator and this is the end device. I have written a MicroPython code for both sender and receiver. Save these codes to the 𝗩𝗶𝗍𝗍𝗶𝗽 board and run the code. On the terminal window, you can see the data is received by the receiver, which was sent wirelessly from the sender. That's all from the video part today. Hope you understand the ZigBee communication protocol and its uses with Arduino. In case you have any questions, comment down in the comment section below.